Hello, and welcome to Whyte Noise.
Welcome.
I am Michael Judson Berry.
Ryan Wilder.
My name is Freda Mattea, and I have no idea why I'm here.
Hi, Freda.
Freda's our fabulous guest judge this week.
If it makes you feel any better, we usually don't know why we're here either.
I love that.
Yeah, and it's not even like in a fun, like existential grand way. It's literally sort of in a like, wait, where am I?
What is this?
Why am I in the freezer aisle? So, Freda, as you are very new to this, so basically, Whyte Noise is one of those, like, the ideas, it's a fun just, like, having the background podcast while you're doing something like doing the dishes or vacuuming or ignoring your baby, like, something like that.
Okay, Nurse Hannah.
Your task. So basically, Ryan and I each are given a topic from last week's judge. They give us a topic that we then each have 10 minutes to, like, riff on.
Okay.
And at the end, feel free to chime in as much. It can be a TED Talk or a conversation. You know, we're here for, the rules are very vague. And then at the end of each of our 10 minutes, you get to go, you know what? One of you wins. And literally whatever that means to you, based on whatever parameters you choose to come up with in that moment.
Okay.
And then you then have to give us our word or topic for next week.
I already have your topic. As soon as you said it, I was like, and I know.
So Freda and I just did a show together this summer in Nantucket. Freda was a fabulous stage manager, and Freda's an actor, stage manager, like amazing theater maker in general.
Stop.
And we lived together in the same house in Nantucket, and we watched the reboot of Charmed every night after rehearsal.
How was living with Michael?
It was incredible. It was a lot of, do you guys mind if I just like film myself very quickly in the kitchen with a blonde wig and a dress on?
There was some of that.
It was, hey, I have to film a commercial and like 4 of you are now in it.
I did a campaign like a TikTok campaign for a perfume brand, and I had to do like Billy on the Street, but it had to be scripted. So I was like, Freda, walk down the street while I film you.
But we met the Swedish child.
Oh yeah, and then we actually did a Billy on the Street with like a 6-year-old girl who was not super impressed by the fragrances.
It was something Nantucket-y, like Sawyer or Sailor.
Something Nantucket-y.
It was something nautical. I feel like her name was like, I don't know,
Anchor.
like Anchor or something. Yeah.
Was her father a fisherman?
No, he was probably just like a bougie Nantucket bro.
Yeah.
She was like, she came right up. She was like, what are you guys doing? And we were just like,
Yeah, we were like, we're making a TikTok. I was like, do you want to smell this perfume and tell me what you think? She was like, okay. And I was like, what'd you think? She's like,
She was very opinionated.
She had thoughts.
Yeah.
I want an invite next time.
100%. Theater Workshop of Nantucket, if you're listening.
We'll do a live episode of Whyte Noise at Theater Workshop of Nantucket.
We would get Pam and Pete in.
Oh, amazing. 2 other cast members who are fabulous. Pam is like, imagine if like Miss Frizzle lived on Nantucket and saved seals for a living.
She's that and Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter,
Yes.
to me.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
she's like this whimsical but kooky, out there, fun, loving.
She was the one that was a cat, right?
No, that's McGonagall. Trelawney is, what's it called?
The plant one. The botanist.
No.
Right?
Nope.
Oh, never mind.
Fortune telling. Divination. There we go.
That's right.
Emma
That's
Thompson.
right.
She's
Emma
Emma
Thompson.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Shall we launch in? Freda, Ryan will be going first. So I am going to be timing.
Oh, wow.
So all you have to do is listen, chime in, question, do whatever feels right and natural to you in this moment.
This is so exciting. I love judging.
Don't we all?
Literally, Michael's like, do you want to be a judge? I was like, yes, I do. Who am I judging? And he was just like, you'll see. I was like, okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
The topic that we have is packages. And there's a lot of different ways for which you could run with this. But I tend to be a little bit on the nerdy side. So I'm going to nerd out on packages. And then I'm going to share a little bit of a personal story. So the first thing when I think about packages is, for whatever reason, package engineering. So package engineering is the practice of understanding material sciences to create various nice packages that hold things, whether it be for shipping, whether it be for like an apple, if it's pretty and it's as pretty as the product, right? So there are top schools that do this. The top school that has a package engineering degree is Michigan State University. And the other top 5 are RIT, Rensselaer, Clemson, Cal Poly, and University of Wisconsin Stout.
Stout?
stout,
Like the beer?
I guess. But in short, the study of it revolves around, I already kind of mentioned material sciences, engineering principles, sustainability, business and marketing, and innovation. And the innovation piece is what I thought was probably the more interesting arm of it, and a little bit of like history around the innovation in package engineering. A lot of early package engineering was interrelated to marketing, and some of the most iconic package branding, which I think is pretty obvious, is Coca-Cola. 1910 worked with Root Glass Company to create the iconic bottle. You see that bottle and you immediately think Coca-Cola. The next kind of major one that's out there is the 10 can, right? So Campbell's obviously had a big play on the 10 can, and obviously, why am I blanking on the artist, pop artist?
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol, right? A bit of iconography there as it relates to both the 10 can and Campbell's. Where it starts to get interesting is in the 1950s with the Tetra Pak. And do you guys know what the Tetra Pak is?
No.
You might recall it. When you buy milk in the paper container, that is a Tetra Pak. And it was created in 1950 by a Swiss engineer, Reuben Rawling, who was focused on creating packaging that was both sustainable and extended the shelf life of whatever you put in it. So it was focused on housing like milk and juices. That being said, do either of you, just thinking about packaging, have any idea what might be the most iconic, if you will, engineered package out there? It was the first packaging that was actually co-created with the thing that it held.
I mean, Marky Mark's Kevin Klein ads come to mind first, because that was a really famous package that he was very involved in creating.
Yes.
But I don't think that's where you're going with this.
Nope.
What's that thing that you open it and snakes pop out? That prank thing.
A snake in a can? Is that what that was called?
Yeah, I think it's snake in a can. So in the same space, think about a food product that lives in a similar can.
Pillsbury.
Oh, I was going with Pringles.
Pringles.
Yes.
Pringles.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's the Pringles can. So the Pringles can
the thing
is
we
the
can't get
first-
our hands in.
Yes. Which there's the design flaw. What's funny about this is Procter & Gamble asked a gentleman named Frederick Bauer what they wanted is a chip that resisted breakage and would stay fresh. So he had a dough that was made of potato, which is what a Pringle is, that they, obviously a Pringle is like a parabolic shape, and they stack on each other. And when they stack on each other, they're apt to not move. So that keeps them from breaking. But then they designed the can around the chip. So when they thought about the Pringles product, they did both at the same time. So this was like the first time that we really got into a design of a product with the packaging included, right? And obviously that is manifested itself in many different ways. Like, I think one of the first things you think about is usually Apple, right? Because Apple co-designs all of their packaging with the product itself. They want the packaging to represent the quality of the product. Fun facts about Dr. Bauer is that he died in 2008 and requested that part of his ashes be buried in a Pringles can.
That's iconic.
The day of his burial, his family literally went to a local store and picked up a package of original Pringles, emptied the can, put part of his ashes in the original Pringles can, and buried his ashes in a Pringles can, or part of them. The rest of it was in a traditional urn, according to what I read.
That's amazing.
I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I love the fact that he was so into it. He's like, you're going to bury me in this shit. That's how this is going down.
When I die, can you guys put me in a pizza box? I think
Sure.
that's my Pringles.
What? Any specific place or?
Anywhere from New York. I'm sorry, Chicago, but anywhere from New York, but not like Sparrows, please.
I like it. You have class.
But you know what? The Dollar Pizza next to what is the Daily Show? Is that Colbert's show? There's a Dollar Pizza place right next door, and it's so good.
I'm kind of convinced that Dollar Pizza isn't bad ever.
It's not. It's not.
Especially $1.99 where you get the pizza and a drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually like on a Coke, and you're like, I paid $1.99 for this. I'm thrilled.
What's my time, Michael?
You have 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'm going to try and pack a little bit of a personal story into 2 minutes.
Pack a personal story in.
I did that on purpose. I actually have that written down in quotes. So oddly enough, package engineering makes me think of coming out of the closet. So my first gay hookup was back in 2006. And it took me a good long time to figure out that I was gay as well as come out of the closet. And I was like, I should just like give this a try. So I meet this guy online, lives 30 minutes south of where I lived at the time. I get in the car and I drive to his apartment. And like, I think about this now and I'm like, I'm lucky I'm not dead. It turns out like, we connected like a little bit, and it turns out that he was a package engineer for Johnson & Johnson, the company that I was working for.
A baby company.
Yep. Apparently a packaging company. You got to put those babies in something.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny. It kind of, the whole experience obviously blew my mind, but I think the kind of funny part, or not the funny part about it, I kind of actually went into like a little bit of a depression after it happened, because I didn't know how to deal with everything that I had just experienced. And I thought to myself, I really haven't given dating women the real college try. And it was it was after that moment I got on eHarmony, I got on Match, and ultimately met this woman that I dated for a solid year.
Oh, that's 10 minutes, by the way. But you can finish the story.
No, all good. I dated for like a solid year, and then obviously here I am today. So I gave it the college try. It wasn't for me.
You gave it a great try.
You know what? Your heterosexual experience is much like a Pringles can. It was so close to being great, and then, but then at the end of the day, like your hand just didn't fit. Like
apparently, I could pop, but I needed to stop.
It seems like you really did your research. No pressure, Michael. Like, I feel like the research was done. You had receipts. I'm here for it. And a personal touch. It was a great presentation. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Michael, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Why am I nervous about yours?
You should be.
Okay. Because I lived with you. That's why.
Are you ready?
I am.
Set, go.
Okay, so Freda, just so you know, a little backstory on this. I have not won an episode in modern history. In the history of Whyte Noise with Ryan Wilder, I think I've won once. Despite all of my best efforts, I have prepared so many things. I have put together lists. I have had anecdotes and personal stories, and I lose every single time. So this time, I decided to come up with a new tactic, which is I'm going to do literally no preparation.
After I just praised him for his research.
There's preparation H and then there's preparation 0. And I didn't even go back to double check what the topic was. So when you said today we're going to be talking about packaging, I was like, okay, great. I'm going to have to talk about packaging for 10 minutes.
I am excited.
Because what I've learned is despite my best efforts, nothing good happens. So my first thought was I'm looking at a package right now. So I have boxes. I have stacks of boxes
Your
in my
package
apartment.
or like a package?
No, literally a box is.
Okay.
My computer is on a box that says straight from the farm to your freezer. Follow us at livemoreorganics.com.
We're opening an opportunity for sponsorship here. I love it.
We are. I don't know what came in it. I'm going to assume food. So I have stacks of boxes in my apartment that I've kept because I'm an actor, for those that don't know, and I have to film a lot of self-tapes because that's what we do now. And I have a whole self-tape setup in my apartment. And you have to have readers who read auditions with you, and I usually do it on Zoom. So I have somebody on FaceTime and hooked up to speakers. But I have like a nice camera set up for my phone that I film on, but my computer is always like stacked on a pile of boxes, and they're promotional boxes I've gotten from doing like influencer campaigns from when like movies and TV shows have like premiered and they send me like a little gift box. So I have one for Star Trek when that came out.
Amazing.
Oh, fun.
With the little gimmicky things, clearly this box, this is my favorite one, this Live Organics one. Who knows what came in it, but it's a perfect height. that my computer sits on. It's my favorite. But so it looks weird. Like when you walk into my apartment, I have like a setup with a record player on it. And next to it is just a random stack of boxes from like, it's like Star Trek. There's a green one that just, I think it was from the US Open.
Is there a particular one that you look at and it elicits a given like?
It's this one. It's my Live Organics box. It's the one that you're on right now. I'm sitting on my couch and I have the organics box on my coffee table because it's the perfect height. When I put my laptop on it, whether I'm sitting or standing, it's great. And it makes me now want to follow them at Live More Organics. So they're my favorite package in my apartment.
Wow.
I just looked it up, Michael. It's organic condoms.
No, it's not. I did not get it. Oh,
I would have died on the spot.
I was like, this is an awfully large box. And I think I'd remember it. This would be like a lifetime supply of condoms.
A lot of condoms.
This would be so many. Although I'm here for organic condoms. We like biodegradable.
Oh, let's be honest. They're for sailors and you're not a sailor.
I don't even have a sailor name like that girl in Nantucket.
I think her name was Sailor.
I don't remember what the hell that girl's name was. Axel? I don't know. Anyway, so that's my first thought with packages. Then Ryan, you said something when you're talking about being buried in the Pringles can that made me think of a fun ongoing conversation within my family for the personal thing. My sister, and Ryan is very close friends with my sister, so he'll appreciate this. My parents are very traditional. Especially my dad. But a thing with my sister is she loves to research things and sort of be on the cutting edge of things. And there's a while where she was on a kick of like, what's the best thing to do with a body after they die? And my dad is very much like, I want to be put in a box in a cemetery, like with my family. And every couple of years, my sister's like, no, you're going to be like put on a coral reef because that's where we need you. And it always weirds him out. But the one that weirded him out the most, that my mom was actually strangely super on board with, is to put you in a mushroom suit. And that made me think of it, which I think we've talked about before.
It was recycling.
Yeah, it's like one of the best ways to be like, to get rid of a dead body apparently is to like, there's some kind of fungus, like a mushroom, that feeds off of your body and like uses it.
See, you said that, and I pictured inflatable mushroom suit, and I was like, what do you mean?
I like better, actually.
I imagine a dead body in one of those inflatable suits with that weird clear panel, and you go for the viewing, and you just see a mushroom, and you're looking down through the clear panel to see the dead body.
That's why I was so confused. I was like...
But also, you know that there would be that one relative that's like, why are they dressed like a big gray penis?
100%. But it made me think, I was like, why is your mom on board with this? I mean...
But I've never actually imagined what it would look like. But yeah, and it's funny now. It's like almost a recurring joke because like my dad is so upset by this because he really doesn't like this. And he's like, that's not funny. And Allison's like, well, cool. You're going to be dead. So who cares? And it's like,
iconic.
She's like, you're mine when you're dead. So that's like, it's been a fun thing. So, and we actually, the running joke with my mom for the longest time was we're like, my mom is a big reader and she loved, before she discovered online shopping, she would always go to the library. And we were like, Mom, when you die, we're going to have you cremated and we're just going to sprinkle your ashes in a library because that's where you're happiest. But then inevitably, you're just going to be vacuumed up by some janitor.
That's true.
And you're going to end up there. And she was like, but for a moment, I'll have been returned to where I should be. But also that was the thing we were like, but your ashes, so who cares? What?
Can we talk about the spread between before she was into online shopping, she liked going to the library?
Yeah. What was that connection? What was the thought process?
So Ryan, it's going so well, isn't it? This is what happens when I don't research. So my mom, because she's such an avid reader, and so she like would tear through the library. But then she discovered Amazon back when Amazon was just books. And so instead of getting books out of the library, it was easier just to buy them online.
Okay.
So now oh my God, and this ties back to my packaging story. This went so well. This is my best episode, Freda. I'm thrilled, Ryan. Thank you. So my mom now buys books at an amazing rate because she reads them really fast. And so like every other day, she gets just like another package of books. And so it's like our house now, because she can't keep up. It's like there's bookshelves are full. There's stacks of books in her room. It's like, it's actually getting dangerous, like for your house. Like There are these precarious stacks of books all over the place because she finishes and she just like puts them down wherever they happen to be. And there's no sort of rhyme or reason to it. But now it's getting almost like borderline like hoarder house, but like for books. And so she's giving them away. But then now the problem is when I go home, though, she's like, she reads faster than me. So she's like, I'm like, oh, Mom, I read this one book I thought you would like. And she's like, I read these 40 books I thought you would like. And she wants them out of the house. And they all seem great. And me in my brain, I'm like, I will definitely get to these. And so now the problem is I have stacks of books in my apartment. I look like a book hoarder now. And not only in my apartment, in my car. I have like bags like those like Wegmans like grocery bags that we're all supposed to use now because recycling in the planet. Going back to live more organics, we live more organically with our grocery bags. I want to say I have 4 of them full of books in my car.
Oh my God.
And like recently I had to go to a dinner and I drove a couple of friends and one got in the back seat and he had to like move them. Because my car looks like a used bookstore.
Just imagine that your fuel efficiency has gone to shit. You carry 2 tons of books.
Like, I Googled, I was like, how do I get rid of these? I'm never going to read them. It's such a like lovely, hopeful thing that one day I will read all these books and I just won't. Yeah, like much like my pile of boxes I have here. I also have many piles of books and no packages to put them in.
And no.
How am I on time?
21 seconds.
Oh my God. Okay. Damn it. I was so close to.
You've knocked the ball out of the park.
Thank you. A park, which is also packaged. I'm trying to think what's my favorite. I love Pringles. I get my hand all the way down to the bottom of that canister. My favorite is sour cream and onion, followed by the original.
Like barbecue or salt and vinegar.
Barbecue's good. Oh, and I just heard a really good dad joke.
Yes,
that has nothing to do with packaging. But what did the Dorito farmer say to the other Dorito farmer? Cool Ranch.
I didn't know they grew Doritos.
They don't.
Ryan, you were asking what it was like to live with Michael. This was it.
This is it? Perfect.
This was breakfast.
And that's why, Freda, when you agreed to judge, I was like, this is the episode where I try this out. This is the episode where I try doing... And the sad thing is I had so much time this week to prepare and I actively went no.
I actively went absolutely not.
Anyway, thus was my package story.
Wow.
Brought to you by Live More Organics. Follow them.
Thank you, Live More Organics.
Thank you, Live More.
I will take a picture of my box and send it to you.
Please do.
Oh, that sounds filthy.
Oh.
I know.
I want to know what the perfect box is.
To me, it is perfect.
Bleached, hairless.
It's funny because everybody tells me I need to get rid of my boxes.
Do you have many boxes?
I think I have every computer box from every computer that I've ever... Do I still have the computers? No. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I still have them. I have my Yeti was just in a box. I had to dust it off. It was very dusty, but I had to dust that off. There's a box sitting right there that I'm filling with homemade simple syrups that I made last night.
Oh, nice.
What flavors?
I did peppermint mocha and I did a gingerbread.
Ooh, yum.
I'm going to a Christmas holiday party in Long Island in a few hours. And my friend Roxy was very kind. And she was like, you're traveling. You don't have to bring anything to dinner. So I decided to make simple syrups because I like doing things.
I love that.
But yeah, I have boxes everywhere. And everybody's like, you're never going to use them again. I'm like, watch me.
This is a thing, too, with my boyfriend, Brian. We get packages and I always mean to bring them down and then I walk out the door and forget. Mm-hmm. And so I leave boxes in his house. And there's one time he was like, Michael, enough with the boxes. I was like, I don't do that. And then he like listed it for me. And I was like, oh, I do that.
Oh, damn it.
I was like, God damn, I'm a chronic box ignorer.
Is your favorite holiday Boxing Day?
Oh, it would be.
Chronic box ignorer.
Okay, well, your work is cut out for you.
I really enjoyed both of your presentations. I don't know how I'm going to pick a winner. This is very difficult, actually, because Ryan, yours was very well thought out.
Oh, thank you.
And it had receipts. It was researched. You know, I feel like I learned some things. Michael, yours was so entertaining, and none of us knew where it was going.
Yeah, including Michael.
Yeah, including Michael. And we'll put this all in a box later. But see, and this is why I can't be a parent or anything, because like I can't choose between things, and I'd be so indecisive. They'd be like, do you want to be in a Pringles can or a pizza can when you die?
You want to
And I'd
be in
like,
a
"I don't
pizza
know."
box. It's okay. We know that now.
I really do want to be in a pizza box.
So
I do.
we know which package to put you in.
Though it is a little more awkward to carry around, though. I'd feel bad.
But you're ultimately just going to bury it, I
That's
think.
true.
Right.
Michael, I'm sorry to do this to you.
No.
Oh, no.
I know, babe. I think in terms of research content and learning content, I gotta go with Ryan.
Oh, my God.
I gotta go with Ryan.
Thank you.
If I was basing this on entertainment alone, it would go to Michael.
Oh, thank you. Well,
But
I'll take the miscongeniality award.
I'm basing it on the topic.
And to think this podcast was my idea, and I don't win.
you brought me in.
I
so.
did. That's it, Ryan. You're fired.
Oh.
No, it's fine. This is my weekly humbling experience.
If you ever do a redo of this challenge, like if you ever go back and revisit any of them, Michael, my challenge to you would be do all of the promo packages that you've gotten and rank them and like try to figure out which is the best like promo kind of thing you've ever got.
Ooh. Okay.
What was like the most enticing?
Okay.
And I'm saying that purely because of the commercial we did on Nantucket. Because
Yes.
I loved the packaging. Like he brought all of the perfumes in and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. And they had nice boxes.
They had gorgeous boxes.
Yeah. Bella Vita. All right. Well, Ryan, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congrats, Michael.
I feel it's
Congrats,
kind of
Ryan.
anticlimactic, but that's okay.
Everybody did great.
I tried. It was a big swing, a big miss.
It was
It's
a
fine.
big swing. It wasn't a big miss. You missed it by a box and a half. What sized box? I don't know, but you missed it by a box.
All right, Freda, what is our word or topic for next week that I may or may not research? I'm going to keep trying until I figure out something.
Here's the thing, Michael, is I don't think you'll have to do that much research for it.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Your topic is going to be TV reboots.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And it can be anything within it. It can be why do they work? Why don't they work? Why do we have them? Why don't we have new ideas? Et cetera, et cetera.
Ooh.
Oh, fun.
TV reboots.
Brought to you by the Charmed reboot.
Yes.
Full House immediately came to my mind for some reason. It's like you said that, and I was like, Full House.
Ooh. Oh, mine was Roseanne.
Oh, that was my next one. Yeah.
Oh, I will want to research this one because I'm such a TV nerd.
Mhm.
Okay, this is going to be great.
But you also have background knowledge about it. So I'm just like,
I feel like I've been disadvantaged, but I got to be honest with you. At this point, I think it's fair.
Oh, man. All right. Well, thank you very much, Freda.
thank you guys. This was
Ryan.
Fabulous,
great.
Freda. Thank you.
It was an honor to lose to you again.
Thank you.
I've learned so much. I'm going to talk about this at the holiday dinner party.